Good evening. Thank you for joining me for TOGA Motorsport's live Porsche Cup GB. We're back. We're at Brands Hatch tonight, of all places. I did hear a rumour it was going to be raining, but I don't see any rain at the moment, so I wonder if the rain is coming for qualifying or if it's coming for racing. Who knows? But thank you very much for joining me. I am Mac, I'm one of the commentators. I'll be joined in a little while by Julius, who is one of the commentary team, and we'll be commentating tonight. Now, if you haven't been before, or you haven't watched the championship so far, this is race 2. Technically, it's round 2, sorry. There's 2 races per round, and I will go into the layout of the championship as well. But what I want to do first is show you the standings. So first place at the moment, bear in mind there's been 2 races within the one round. So Ben Crook is the leader of the championship at the moment with 40 points. Elias Fernando in P2 with 36 points. Daniel Strating is in with 28 points in P3. David Marsh P4 with 28. P5 is Tommy Byrne, who is in 24 points. Number 6 is Andre Alex Afonso, who's in 22 points. We've got Chris Wright, who is also known as SimQuips on YouTube. He's sitting in P7 with 18 points. We've got P8, we've got Byron Thompson with 15 points. Number 9, we've got Davide Baldo, who is with 14 points. And in 10th place, we've got Stein Donkervolk, who has got 14 points as well. So it's all very close. The last race was at Donington, and it was a blast. We had all kinds of things going on. It was amazing. So it was. So that's the lineup that we have. I will now go into the layout. So there's 10 minutes practice. You can see they're already into the practice. There's 10 minutes for qualifying 1. There's 15 minutes for race 1. Then there's a short gap to allow the drivers to get out of the rigs, go stretch their legs, have a comfort break, and then they've got 10 minutes of qualifying 2, and then there's 15 minutes for race 2. That is all within tonight's agenda. So it's going to be exciting. So as we have live stewarding, we have live commentary, and I do believe we also have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hayden Sweet, who is, if you don't know who he is the owner and the CEO of TOGA Motorsport. So he's going to be racing tonight, and yeah, he's had a busy day, so he has. If you're in Discord, then you will know exactly why that is. So, sorry, I just joined the commentary box. I thought I joined it earlier on for poor Julian to join me, but yeah, he is. So, I am back. I am in the VC. So, Julius will be with us very soon. We have been nicknamed. When you hear Julius, you will know exactly why he's being nicknamed Kimmy, and I've been named DC for the obvious reasons. So this is going to be really good. These drivers were all so very close. There was one driver who just led from start to finish. He didn't put a wheel wrong. Everything was absolutely spot on for him. Won both races. So I wonder if it's going to be the same tonight. Certainly at the moment, practicing, we have Crook here who decides to go for a little jaunt over the sand.
Hello and good evening.
There we go. Good evening, Julius. How are you?
I'm fine. Once again, I don't know where you just disappeared. I was waiting you.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking.
I connected to the commentary box on Discord, and then for some reason disconnected, and didn't realise. And I'm like, I'm sure Julius will be here soon. And there was nothing going on, so that's my apologies this time. It's not your microphone.
Yeah, I sit there 7 minutes alone and I was like,
He's
what
forgotten
do you
about
want me to
me.
do?
If you are watching the stream, could you smash that like button, please? It really helps us. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And for the sum price of £2.99 British pound, you can become a member of the YouTube channel, which gives you exclusive member-only things. It's Friday, it's been a long week, and my brain has decided to switch off already. So, are you looking forward to tonight, Julius?
I'm definitely are, because last week we had so much fun last Friday in Donington. And now we're in Branch Hatch, which is completely different type of track. Well, both in UK, but in both we have some elevation changes, but still I'd say this compared to Donington, they're very different type of track still.
Yes, absolutely. And something I did forget to say, these are Porsche Cup cars, so they have no traction control. They do have ABS, but they have no traction control at all. So this is going to be quite interesting to see how we got on. We had 3 cars on the last corner at Donington simultaneously spin to almost a perfect angle of each other at the pits entry of Donington. So there's good racing, there's some funny things. I'm sure you are going to enjoy tonight as much as we are. Certainly, Julius, I mean, Ben Cook was just head and shoulders above everybody else in terms of the lap times and the qualifying and basically everything that he was doing that last Friday.
Yes, simply he was winning both races, and in the first one he had that little penalty and we made a couple jokes about, yeah, give me 5, give me 10, I do. But like I said, these are completely different type of tracks in a way. So even that Ben Crook was so much ahead last week, it doesn't mean is now. It can be like we have Fernando in second and Daniel in P3.
Yep.
Both of them might have practiced a little bit more to catch Krug.
And the 3 drivers that Julius has just said are very, very fast drivers. We know Elias Fernando is very fast, Daniel Stratton is extremely fast, and Ben Cook, certainly from first round, was exceptionally fast. We're just watching Feher at the moment, or Fair, who laid a lot of rubber for that traction control. There's already a few who are going back to the pits. Oh, well, that's... Yeah, there's... Car facing the wrong way is never a good thing on a track. But, yeah. Sorry, on you go, Julius.
I count this. If Hayden wins, I'm somehow gonna make it happen and donate 100 euro.
Oh, there's something laid down.
He can't use ballast and like ban everyone out. He has to do it.
Yeah, it has to be a legitimate win, basically. Yes. Marcos,
and
good
now
evening.
He spun.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hayden. We just planned this week ago that we are gonna.
Yeah.
I was bad now about you because you can't come here and just delete us away from
if you have a Twitch account, Hayden is on the official Twitch TOGA Motorsport channel, which is basically just TOGA Motorsport. He is doing the race from his point of view, so he is. And Ben Crook slots in with a 126.7, 1 second almost.
And Daniel 9/10 away.
Yeah. That is quite a lot. Let me see if we can find Elias. Elias is just down here at the moment. So he's going to set a time now. Let's just watch. Brakstad is also quite a quick driver. So
Yes.
everybody to watch for. And Elias manages 5th.
Yeah, 1.1 behind Krug. Definitely not what Fernando wants, but...
No, not at the moment anyway. But...
And also the tires is just warming up, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Your
it
first
takes a couple
flying...
laps too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, your first flying lap is always... It's one to find the track, no matter how much you've practiced and things like that. Oh my goodness. Crook going all sideways. And again, he is absolutely on the limit of that car at the moment. He is.
And also we have Pelon, who is 7/10 up from his previous lap, which would put him P4.
Yep, that's right. And Brakstad with P5 with a 127.73. Stratton back with a P3 again. Somebody we haven't mentioned is this gentleman here is Forst. He is P2 at the moment and 6/10 behind
only
Krug.
6/10, yeah. But watch Krug, 2/10 up.
Yep. And Amundsen, hopefully I've said that right. He has actually slotted himself.
Lap.
Oh, Gardner is now slotted.
Gardner.
Oh, they're all coming in now. My goodness.
Yeah, I bet this is gonna be good.
Eck is only 200ths of a second behind Crook. It doesn't look like Crook is going to get his own way like he did at Donington.
Yeah, it might be the track, or
Yeah,
there's so many reasons what could be
absolutely.
behind it, but that's why I love these Porsche Cup cars, because the car is still the same when you jump between the tracks. So it's more of a driver than the actual car you're in.
Absolutely, absolutely. These
Because
cars...
in normal GT3 you have like Mercedes, which is really good on curbs, and then you have something like McLaren, which is a bit worse on the brakes. And then what cars is best at
Yeah,
brands
absolutely.
at the moment? I don't know, but you get the point. Like these cars, it doesn't change. So if Krug somehow drops from that first place to like 7th,
Yep.
it's not the car.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
that's like the salt of the sweetness of Porsche Cup or Cup cars, spec cars, whatever you wanna say it. But that's like for me the best thing of it.
Absolutely. There's very little in comparison to GT3s and GT4s. The Porsche Cup cars don't have as much customization in terms of the mechanics, the aerodynamics and things like that. So these cars are a lot more similar to each other than you would find on, let's say, a GT3 or a GT4 race. So as Julie's beautifully said there, it is more down to the driver now. It's the driver technique, and at the moment the P1 and P2 are 3/10 ahead of I'm going to say his name wrong every single time, Amundsen. But yeah, absolutely. And Marcos is looking for Hesselin, rooting for Hesselin. Hesselin currently 18th.
And Forst goes into P3. Good lap,
Wow.
only 10th up.
Absolutely, he's only 1/10 away.
And now this guy in P2, Benjamin Egg. Last week he wasn't racing, but now he's here.
He's here.
So...
He's absolutely turned up. I believe. I mean, last week, how many cars did we have last week? We didn't have 20, did we? No, it was 12 or 14 or something like that. That was.
There's 15 who has gained points.
Yep. So there were 15 last week, and we now have had to create 10 extra slots 2 nights before the race to allow everybody to join the championship. Some have come from Chris's community and a few other people. So it's absolutely beautiful to see so many. If you look at the track map, there's hardly any space, Julius, for you to try and get room to get a nice clean flying lap.
Yes, we have 31 cars, which is a lot. Last week we were talking about it, but now I have to point out Krug. He's almost half a second getting faster lap now.
Yeah,
It's mean.
it's absolutely. Force is showing a yellow, so I don't know if he's just slowing down or if
And
he
he's
had
gonna do it for tenths. Oh my god.
This is very, very close. Daniel Stratton is in the pits as we speak. Obviously now we've a whole drift going on there from Force, so he's not going to improve. The only person at the top 3 improving at the moment is Eck, Benjamin
Yes,
Eck.
and also Fernando is gaining 4 tenths from his previous lap, but that would only put him in P6.
Yes, absolutely.
And then Spragstad is 6 tenths up.
There is certainly a lot of improvement. Eck at the moment is 4 tenths behind Crook. But he is improving, but it's not going to be enough to slot into P1 at the moment.
No, but now he's gaining almost 3 tenths.
Yep.
Dropping a little bit. There must be one corner where he gained a lot time.
Yeah.
But now he's in the last corners. There's 2 tenths still up, which would give him a little bit more of breathing space to take that second, and he lost it a little bit in the last corner.
He absolutely did. So it looks like we've got 31 people. I'm just going to see.
Amundsen is now looking to take that P2.
Gold-coloured Porsche. You can't get better than that. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely
3 tenths.
Beautiful car.
3 tenths. It looks like P3 is going to be Edmondson's. Oh, P2, sorry. P2. What a lap from Edmondson there. Absolutely amazing.
Now this cost that P2 for Eck.
Yes.
That little... It wasn't big mistake. It was just a little bit of understeer into that corner, but it was enough.
Enough to cost them. So it was.
And also, like we speak the whole last race about it, that now, when we come into the second race, there can be things changes, because there might be things like you have little bit wrong the tire pressures, or you want to make some changes to the setup after first race. You find some things where bad, like you have little bit too much oversteer, or you basically tires not warming enough, or you have like 0.5 in a PSI can make some difference. So
absolutely, it's very fine margins that we're looking at. So we will go to the grid and we'll have the formation lap, and then race 1 will be a rolling start. Now we have 1 red flag to use tonight. I don't know, is the red flag for both races or only for the first race? I can't remember. But the red flag situation, it has to be, I believe, is it 20-25% of the grid need to crash or be put off the track or something along those lines. The stewards will then give a red flag. It'll be put into the in-game chat so all the drivers can see it. They'll then return to the pits. The server will reset, and then they'll go again. If the same thing happens again, it's just, you just need to deal with it. There is only 1 red flag. I'm sure it's 1 red flag per race that we've got. So this is everybody needs to keep cool in the first lap. The race is never really won in the first lap unless you're Mr. Crook. So we'll wait and see.
yeah, and so we could run the grid for what we have now. So we have our championship leader to take pole from first race, and in the second race he's on pole again, Mr. Crook. Then in P2 we have Amundsen. In P3 we have Benjamin Eck. Then in P4 we have Forst. Fernando from finishing second in both both races last week, now dropped into P5. Definitely something he didn't want to happen, so I'm waiting to see what Fernando can do here. 10 in P6 we have Gardner, and in P7 Samuel Braxtad. Little bit of surprisement. Same we can say with Daniel's trading. He's in P8. He's in third place in the championship, so definitely not qualifying also what he would have wanted. 10 we have Pelone in P9, and our P4 in the championship with equal points with Daniel is in P10 Mars. We spoke a little bit about him last week. He finished P3 and P5 from those races, so now in P10 for the first start. Again, something he don't want to see. And then in P11 we have Afonso. In P12 we have the Regibus. Sorry. 10 in P13 we have Fiher. In P14 Tenariello. P15 is Byrne. P16 we have Aresho. P17 is Harshana. P18 we have Filiberti. In P19 it's Paldo. In P20 it's Wright. P21 is Hesling. In 22nd we have Thompson. Donkerwalk in 23. Topalov in 24th and Hayden in P25. Then in 26th we have one Egg. In 27 Maya Van Dijk. In P28 we have Mr. VX. In P29 we have Church Stevens and Daryl Longer name. Our own Daryl is in P30 and grounding after grid is Begagli.
You did really well there, Julius. Those names are not going to help us tonight at all. We are going to end up getting our tongues tied in knots trying to say some of these names, but we apologise.
Oh, there's Fernando spinning.
Already? What? It's only the formation lap.
Yes, he spun it.
Oh my
God.
goodness. He's just, that corner always gives you oversteer regardless of how well your car is set up. Poor Elias.
Yeah, and in the start you have the cold tires, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening to Elias, who's in the chat, or he was in the chat, and I'm sure he'll be muting us and concentrating on his driving. It's
Fernando is in the pit.
Oh, Fernando is he must...
He must have been like sort of disqualified from the...
Oh yes, yep, because he was.
Oh my God! He's starting from the pit lane, then.
That is heartbreaking for Aurelius. That is because he didn't have any damage. He didn't hit the barrier, so yeah, he's unfortunately for the game, he's been too far back, and the game has slotted him into the pits instead. There are actually two shown as the pits. We've got car 100 and car 23. Now,
yeah, so is it?
That's
Mr.
George Stevens. Yep. So, this is going to be interesting. Elias has now got 30 cars to try and get past. And I mean, Elias both races, P2, he was absolutely on fire. Unfortunately, just Crook had too much ahead of him. But that is heartbreaking to see Elias all the way down.
That is really bad, and that's the issue with these Porsche cars. If you don't concentrate, even no matter what you're doing, you just have to make sure your inputs are correct.
Absolutely, and we seen Owen last night. Owen is he is very experienced, and he spun nearly hitting the barrier last night on the formation lap, so it can happen to anyone. But
now it's time for the start.
It certainly is. We're just waiting for the green lights. And there we go. We are off. We are off and racing. How's it looking as we go in? Oh, side by side.
And there's someone off.
Yep. So, let me see who that is.
Mostly it was a beautiful start.
It was. That was Marsh. That's,
and there's Egg.
Yep.
Going for the...
This is a three-way battle by the looks of it at the moment. Oh, what a drive Eck has got out of here. He's all over the back of Amundsen. Amundsen going for the direct route, trying to be defensive. But that's only allowing Crook to power away at the moment. These two squabbling will not help the chances of trying to hang on to the back of that number 9 Porsche. We've got another one. We've got two, in fact. Arezzo. Oh, there's been contact. What's happened here?
Mostly it was beautiful.
Oh, the car in front of him actually lost it on the throttle, and he's ended up into the back of the car. That's a real shame. But yeah, and Julius will be keeping an eye on the stewarding as well. There's another car off. What happened here? Yeah, he just lost it on that curb, unsettled the car, and touching a barrier. Oh, and we've got Thompson who's off as well by the looks of it. Just trying to see what happened with Thompson.
There's already 16 lines.
Wow.
In the steward board. So.
It looks like he actually lost it on his own. So every time the software we run, every time there's contact, regardless of if it's heavy or light, it creates a line within a spreadsheet. So that means there's been 16 contacts between cars in the first lap. And already Crook 8/10 ahead of Amundsen.
Yes, and Eck only 3/10 behind Amundsen, so...
Yeah, I think Eck really needs to try and get past Amundsen. I think he would have a chance of maybe getting on the back of Crook. I don't know, but certainly at the moment that gold Porsche is keeping ahead. And Bayern has lost a place. Let's have a look and see the overtake, the BWT Porsche.
Yeah, I was watching earlier. They have a fight between Weher and Bürne.
That was beautifully done.
And Hayden in P17.
Beautiful. Topolov has had an issue. I don't know if going back here is going to... Oh!
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah. Oh, that's a heavy contact. That is going to cause a lot of damage for him.
And now Bragstad is fighting against Gardner.
Look at this.
And we know Bragstad, he's really fast.
He is. So, I mean, Daniel Stratton as well is very fast. So, these two drivers not just fighting amongst themselves, look at them going onto the grass, but it's a four-way battle for P5 at the moment.
Oh, there's forced.
Gardner has lost it. He lost it going into the entry to the corner there.
Yeah, it was Gardner, yes. It looked like he had issue with braking. Maybe he had too much brake bias in the back, because that cars went like sideways and when turning, so
yep, it's
it was not accelerating moment, so it was off throttle, so it must have been something with the brakes. And yeah, we forgot to mention these cars have ABS, so it's only TC we're not having here, but now it's Bragstad and Trading Daniel, they will have a little bit here, and Daniel going sideways. Big time, he saved it. I would have lost it myself, but that's why I'm here sitting with you, Mac.
Absolutely. Look at this. This is all over the place.
With this pack, I mean, oh my god.
And I need this contact. There is contact. Gardner into the back of Stratton, and unfortunately that is a big impact. So it is. Look, as we go down
and
here.
Now straightening, but this will now help Fernando. This will drop into Fernando's hands. So here's closest, and same with Mars also. And this will help the biggest time into the hands of Krug. Because his closest rivals, P2, P3, P4, every one of them is out of the top 10.
Absolutely. And there's... Oh, that's so close. That was so close to contact there from Eck and Amundsen.
Yes, these two, they can find a breathing space between them.
And we
Even me and you have like issues with to speak and say so much.
Trying to keep an eye on everything is just...
It's almost impossible.
There's
like
absolutely.
And 15-minute race, it's like no one wanna leave at any point. You don't save tires, you don't save fuel, you just flat out.
I have to say, Gardner absolutely took out his two competitors in front of him. Ran into the back of Stratton, I think it was, and Stratton was into the back of the Porsche that was ahead of him. So the two of them ended up spinning around, and Gardner just continued. Oh, there's contact! There is contact! Eck and Amundsen.
Amundsen got away of it, but
oh, that is not what you want to see. Now look at this. This is under braking. Look.
Yeah. Was Eck a little bit too greedy, or was it just a poor understeer issue?
I think the door was left open, but
it was left open, but
it
was a little bit too like wide.
Absolutely.
It looked like he had some sort of understeer only, that he was going for it, and
Afonso losing places going onto the grass there, and Eck is trying to get back. Eck is on the back of the bumper of Poloni at the moment, trying to get back. Now, I dare say the stewards are going to be very, very busy tonight. They're going to be sifting through so many contacts, so many replays.
And I think Eck will now. Now we have to see what is going on, and there is penalty for... I just didn't catch the number. Did you catch it?
I didn't know, and for some reason the timetable on the top left hand side is just showing the VX for the cup car that he's in. For some reason, I don't know what has happened, but Eck has got past Poloni, and he has got 3.5 seconds to reach Brackstad, who's on the back of Forst as well. So this is really...
Brackstad. It seems like he might got a little bit of sneaking possibility for the podium, because earlier there was Crost, who had a little bit of...
Oh, there's a Porsche facing the wrong way. I think that's one of the back markers. It's Darrell. It was Darrell facing the wrong way. These Porsches, as you can see already from the race, there's a big mighty lot of understeer there on the braking, and that's going to give does that give Brackstad enough to get close? It's certainly 3/10 as he powers down here.
I think he will, because I've seen a couple from Frost now.
Down into Paddock
Hill. It seems like he's overcooked the tire. His car is very unsettled. It looks like he's a bit of sliding everywhere.
Absolutely. It's there is
even there we had a little bit of that. So
Baldo has went wide.
It was Donkervolk who had the penalty.
Donkervolk.
Yes.
So yeah, he's went off into the sand, and that has cost him many places, unfortunately. Poloni now. Oh, we've got a yellow for... Oh my god. Forst. What has happened here? Let's have a look from the helicam just now. Oh, he's had power oversteer. So he has... Yeah. Oh, he's not just hit the barrier once. He's absolutely ran right along it. Oh my goodness. Forst has... Oh, that's... And you've called it, Julius. Brackstad into P3.
Yeah, now he went sideways, little bit out of track, and Daniel Strading cut into P11. So seems like Daniel is getting some points still from winning this race, but not as much as he would have wanted.
And Donkervolk is in the pits, so I don't know if he is getting damage fixed or what's happened. But Arezzo has fallen down behind Mars, and that looks like just an out and out. Yeah, it's just been oh my goodness. So
Oh, there's contact into turn 1 between Afonso and Feher.
and I can't get oh right. Let's see if we can get so Paddock Hill Bend. There's a huge gap. Oh my!
15-second penalty.
I don't know if he had an issue with his brake pedal, but he just didn't brake at all.
Yeah.
That
and
is.
Pelone has 15-second penalty.
Oh, I don't know why. Sorry, people, but I don't know why it's not showing the top left corner of the full grid. It's only showing the Cup 18 car. So
Yeah, that's why I also have issue to
yeah.
see exactly which driver have the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sorry for that. It's an in-game issue right now.
Ah, right.
It's
okay.
nothing to do with our professionality.
Nah, absolutely
Yeah, we
no.
are
Absolutely no.
professional.
I tell you, Sky Sports need to be watching this to see how the commentary gets done, because we are the top of our game, Julius. So we are.
Yeah, they called me already.
Oh, did they?
Asked if they was like, "Hello, Kimi, do you want what I said? Not without David." Actually, they called me Jules. I don't know where
Oh,
that
that's
has been
strange.
cutting in. Yeah, I don't know who.
Oh, and Heslin has lost a place. I think that's. Oh.
And now we have a fight for the P5 between Gardner and Regibus.
I think Gardner's going to end up with some penalties. Certainly for the collision with Stratton, I think there'll be a penalty. So whether Gardner then ends up falling down the grid. But this is very close battling. Chris Wright down in 17th place at the moment.
And now there's coming
Van Dijk
penalty for Veher.
Is there? Okay.
From the thing we saw earlier.
Yeah. So
turn 1.
Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, X shown as. Yeah.
And Ek has a 5-second penalty from hit with Amundsen. So and there's now Forced fighting with Straighting. There is so much happening everywhere.
I know. I'm
like,
getting
what to catch up, what to bring up to the table. It's like, why?
I've got flashbacks to last night's multiclass. There were 3 ongoing battles, and I just don't know how I coped with it. I genuinely don't. There was one point P1 and P2, Owen and Gallo were trying to get past P1 and P2 of the GT4s who were battling as well. It was just chaos. So it was. But everybody is so close. Ben Crook is it Ben? It's Ben Crook. So he has the fastest lap of 126.170. He had 5/10 faster than P2 of Amundsen at the moment, but there are battles going on all over the place. P20 at the moment. We have Marsh, and you can see VX, who is the only person racing according to my screen. And he gets past beautifully. And you can see these cars
Fernando owned in P25.
That is heartbreaking.
But 19 seconds ahead of P26 with Hayden.
I suppose we better show...
and there's VX losing positions.
Yep.
It showed a little bit of yellow, so...
Let's go back.
And now there's Regibus attacking Ek. And Ek has those 5-second penalty, and probably there will be some penalty for Gardner, which would lead in Regibus' side that he would take the P4. And now Brook is on the final lap, and we haven't really showed or talked about too much about him. He's once again out of this. He's in his own class, and
it's just unbelievable. We were the same in Donington, where he very rarely got on camera at all because all the battling was going on behind him for that. But this has been an epic battle so far. There's a lot of cars showing a lot of wounds from the battles that they've been involved in, and they're still battling. At the
There's
moment,
fight for the P16 between Wright and Baldo.
yep.
There's other fights there like Regibus attacking Ek. Then there's Strating, Forst, Afonso, Gilberti. Those three are very close. I mean, Feher, Strating, Forst and Afonso. There's less than seconds separating all of these four, so I think we need to check what happens here. There's penalties. There's Pelon with 15. There's Weher who has the 10 seconds, and now Strating is attacking him, but behind him there's Forst, who we see has those sideways moment and lost it a little bit all over the place.
Absolutely.
I don't know. This start has had it all. Really.
Absolutely. And there we go.
At least not the red flag, because we don't want to see that.
No, we don't want to see a red flag. And there we go.
Sorry for everyone. Krug has finished the race. Same with Amundsen. And in P3 we are gonna take home Samuel Bragstad. And Ek takes P4 but has a 5-second penalty, so that means Regibus will be our P4. Then for now in P5 we have Gardner. I mean, I can't count these penalties also, how they affect. But soon the game will make it for us, so we don't
need to hurt our brains thinking about it too much.
Yeah. I mean, even the simple thing like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, what comes next?
Oh,
My
I know.
brain goes there for.
And that's when I was counting the GT3s was fine. But then when I tried to count the GT4s, it's saying like, you're 20th place. I'm like, no, but he's first though. And I'm like, oh, my brain hurts.
Yeah, and I just have to point out it again. It was once again when it was about me. I was P7, you counted into P6. But then once was my time, you forgot totally what the number is, what my name is. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's like very hard when you think like multiple things. It's not that we just talk about here. It's like I have broadcasting tools open, you have them open, then we watch the times gaps between the drivers, then we watch also what happens in the comment section, then we watch the stewarding board, and there's so much more into that. So sorry for every driver and fan of a certain driver if it wasn't shown. It's just these cup cars, these cup races, 50-minute starts, there's just simply too much happening that we could show everything. And if we would be here like in Sunday.
We would, absolutely. As Julie said, I couldn't say it any better. It is confusing at times. We really could do with assistance, I would say. Julie and myself, we work hard at this, so having an assistant to be able to control everything, because if you look at the commentary of professional races and things like that, you know, somebody's directing, somebody's producing, all the commentators need to concentrate on are their sheets of information and watching the track. As Julie said, we have so many pieces of software open and trying to, it sounds like making an excuse, but it's not. It's we try to do our best and give you the best racing possible. And as you can tell, poor Ben Crook for a third race in a row. What did he have, half a lap of airtime because there was so much fighting going on behind. But this is really mixing up who could end up P2 and P3 in the championship. And don't forget, a very short period of time, and then we'll be back into qualifying for round 2. And in fact, as I speak,
now it's time for that.
It certainly is. And again, it's only showing Cup 18.
For us, for the drivers, there's not much you can like, now I can breathe. No. Now you do it all over again.
And it is that mindset, Julius, of, you know, you have a qualifying mindset and then you have your race mindset, and they're different. But you then need to jump from race setup back to a mindset of qualifying again, where you just need a one really good lap. It's really difficult. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. This it can be as stressful as real life racing. It absolutely can be.
Yeah, and for my case, it actually is because if I would go when I'm having those races, if there would be like a doctor besides me in that moment, they would need to do me a heart transfer. Honestly, they, they would say like instantly, no, this is now ending, and I would be laying on the floor, and they would be pushing my chest and breathing air into me, and
Oh, this is yeah, and it's exciting for us to watch because we love racing. We love being in the cars. We also love commentating on it because there's so many
yes.
battles, and as we do more commentary, we get to know more of our drivers, and then we can bring out their personality a little bit when we're seeing them on the track, and we do driver interviews at the end of the race as well. So there's a lot to stand by for. And if you didn't know last night, if you stopped watching before the end of the stream, Hayden came in and dropped an absolute bombshell about multi-class. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch the end. There's a couple little nuggets that he's given about things coming up soon. So we're just watching as everyone is going round trying to get their fastest lap set. Now I'm just looking to see who's going to be the first one. I think car 27 looks like it's going to be first over the line. And that
I
is,
bet Fernando will be a bit mad after how the first race went.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately that's racing. You know, Ollie, one of our other commentators, had a internet issue last night, so ended up, you know, having to then just quit out the race altogether. So you just never know what might happen to someone, whether it's a hardware issue or they get taken out by another car, and then you just slot into, you know, a position you thought you might never see. So I wonder if it's going to fire Elias up, motivate him for this qualifying in this race.
I bet it will, but it's... Yeah, we have our first timed lap, it's Fear, and now Mars. And now it's starting again. Now! And what I said earlier about what we need to do, like checking this, it was not a any complaining.
No.
It was not, it was just how much we need to do, and as much as we... I mean, at race it was 15 minutes, but actually thinking about it, I think it felt like it was 3 minutes. It was so quickly over.
Yep.
Absolutely mental.
It's a blink of an eye. A 45-minute race or a 50-minute race can go in a blink of an eye. So a 15-minute race, you're literally only starting, things are starting to calm down, and then the race is done, and you're like, oh, right, okay. So, no, absolutely. We love doing this, which is why we do this. And, oh, dearie me, David. Oh, dear. That's not good. Elias into
once
P3.
again. In P1. This guy. Oh my god. I think before we take Brooke possibly into interview room, I think we need to kidnap him and come here to teach this
absolutely.
Julian to race. I wanna be as quick.
And these cars are a different breed, as we've already said about the setups, about, you know, there's no traction control. It is all about how you finesse your right foot on that throttle. You hammer it too hard, or you're on full power when you go over a curb. It's just slightly too much of a curb. It unsettles the car so much more than the GT3s and GT4s. It's almost like driving the 488 back in like version 1.7 of ACC, where if you hit a curb, you're almost launched into space. So it is all about trying to be as smooth but fast at the same time, which is not an easy thing to do.
Yes, exactly. And I noticed one thing when I was driving. I had a little bit of bad habit when also the mindset about how you drive the car is very important because there's like certain points when you exiting in cornering, you like normally in a GT4 car, GT3,
Yep.
you like in a second gear. But with these cup cars, if you in the second gear and just somehow manage to floor it, it won't go straight.
Yep.
It will go either left on the wall or right on the wall. So also the gearing is
Yeah.
different in cornering,
And don't forget
I'm
that
watching this egg. Oh, he's absolutely going for the
he
pole
is
time, but
flying,
so
but
is
Crook,
Crook.
Crook is,
Yeah.
yep, so Crook now
And
sets
now Egg
another one.
crosses the line, but
Yep.
soon we
Egg
see.
gets it. Egg crosses the line faster, a 126.445.
Yeah, but watch this. Crook is 6/10 up from his
Yeah.
previous. And
Smashes it
there he
into
goes.
P1, 4/10 of a
Yeah.
second. Yeah, that he's almost into the 125s. Can we just appreciate how difficult that must be?
Wait. Oh my god, in a cup car. I
Yeah.
do 125s with the GT3.
Exactly. I mean, this. I don't think Ben came in the last chat in Donington, but to just pick that man's brains for even half an hour of how he drives, and I think you touched on it as well, Julius. That see if you can drive one of these cars really well without spinning out, without crashing, and get a reasonable time, you can probably drive any other car
Yes, exactly.
that is offered, because these cars are extremely tough to drive. And
well,
again,
I can handle cars without TC, like in other simulators I can do mostly DTM cars because I love DTM and those things, but the biggest difference between like this Porsche Cup and those DTM cars in when I drive it, it's the downforce. These cars have absolutely basically no downforce at all, and when you compare it to like these cars to GT3 cars, for example,
Yep.
those things have TC, they have much more aerodynamic, so this can't be kind of comparable
yes, absolutely.
between these and GT3. So for me, the biggest issue with these cars is the lack of aerodynamic.
Yep. Absolutely is. Because regardless of, you know, if it's a fast sweeping corner that you're going round, the aerodynamics of the car is helping to push that car down into the ground. You've got mechanical downforce as well, but if you have restricted setups, it's very, very difficult to try and get something equally balanced that you can use all the way around the track. So Crook,
This is mad. Crook 3/10
3/10
taking. Oh. Like how?
He's actually in traffic as well. So he is. He's got cars in front of him. He's had to get past other cars. Forced, who's sitting in P4 at the moment, is 3/10 up. Unfortunately, that's not going to really help him unless he...
And Fernando in P7, P8 now. There's some crossing line.
Yeah, Edmondson has just taken P2 with a 126.4. He is 1/100th of a second quicker than Eck. And we've got Regibus.
And Fernando has lost it.
Oh.
I mean, he has yellow flag, so
he has got a yellow
get
flag.
any
Yeah,
better.
he's off the
And
track.
125.6.
Oh, this man is...
Mr.
What is
Crook.
going on? He is 7
And he
tenths.
still have some time if he wants, because he had the traffic in the last lap, so he can gain even more. He
Yeah.
probably lost around 2 to 3 tenths in traffic.
Yep.
And Forst goes into P4. Oh, this is something next. Amundsen going for a 2/10 quicker lap, but it will still put him 5 tenths behind
Yep.
Crook. So there's no one gonna take that away.
No.
Unfortunately.
Farmers, We don't know. It's an in-game thing. The live timings. We've tried everything that we can think of, and unfortunately, it's not working. So we're trying to do more of the timings to let you all know what's happening. Have you got a driver that you're following in this championship?
For me,
Yeah, or Julius? Is it the Kimi Räikkönen sound alike that does it for you? But again, I mean, Amundsen is creeping up 2/10 faster, but it's still not enough, unfortunately. And he goes over the
but
line.
again, between now he crossed the line again, but before that it was, wait, it's 100. Yeah, it was 200s only between Amundsen and Ek. We saw those two had a little bit of contact last race. They were so close together, and now they're again there in the same kind of positions. And Krug again P1, our championship P2, P8, and championship P3 in only P9.
Yeah.
So Krug is gonna make a lot more gap in the championship points, and the P4 in the championship Mars is now in 17. As much as I love do the grid run, but this time you have to do it because my chest can't take anymore.
It's a pleasure.
I'm out of breath.
Okay, P1 we have Ben Crook. Let me just get this set up for it to go. We have Ben Crook. We've got Amundsen in P2 in the 72 Porsche. We've got Eck in third place. Forst in P4. We've got Dirigibus. I butchered your name, I do apologise. In P5, we've got Poloni in P6. Gardner in P7. Elias Fernando only managing a P8. I say only managing, but I mean by his standards. Daniel Stratton is behind Elias in P9 and Afonso in P10. Feher in 11. We've got Tenerello in P12. Brackstad P13. Bayern in P14. Arezzo in 15. Filiberti in 16. Marsh 17. Heslin in P18. Baldo in 19, Hershana 20, got Donkervolt 21, Thompson 22, Hayden Sweet in 23, Van Eck 24, got Chris Wright is away down in 25th at the moment, Becca Galley, yeah, butchered your name again, apologies, he's in 26th, Van Dyke 27th, VX 28, George Stevens in 29, Topolov in 30th, and Darrell in 31st. Whew, I need to lie down after that. Yeah, this grid is all over the place considering what the first race was.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Brackstad, who finished third, is in 13th.
Yeah, it's just like we had last time. The second quali was like a bit spread out, and it's probably due to the fact that some setup changes have been made or just correction to the tire pressures.
Yep. This really is lining everything up to be an amazing second race. The championship for me is going to be from second to fifth place, and I mean out there. He's away. So I think he's going to have this championship sewn up very quickly.
Yeah. And once we like the Formula One,
yeah,
like comparisons, we have here Ben Krug, aka Mr. Verstappen. So
that's right.
Out of his own league.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we do the formation lap again, and we go with the rolling start. But again, if there's a big pile up somewhere, then there'll be a red flag. But there was no red flag in the last race. I'm going to jinx this now. I can't remember the last race we had a red flag. I think it was
we did not have.
I think it was the Backward Championship. Season 2 was the last red flag.
Might be because so far in the rookies there haven't been in multi-class. We did not have any.
Nope. And nope. So rookies and multi-class didn't have any. I don't know about the 24 and 2.4. Mr. fudge. Mr. Owen, a £5. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Let's go. I'm assuming the stewards are in some kind of sauna box at the moment, furiously typing away and watching replays. Yeah. And sorry, I should really say, instead of Owen, it's Mr. Champion from the Multiclass GT3 championship from last night, who beautifully drove. Did you see, Owen, that Elias did what you did on the formation lap, but just did it a bit worse? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and have a look at the live commentary from last night's race, the multi-class, and you'll see exactly what I mean about that. But they're just warming the tyres up. They're trying to get heat, try and get the pressures up, try and get the brakes also lit up as well, and get themselves ready, get themselves... So they've went from the mindset of practice, qualifying, race, qualifying, and now they're back into race.
LETSSSSSGOOO.
It's, you need some, let's say, mental strength for this to like, because you have what we have between the race and the second quali, 2 minutes.
Yep.
About max of 2 minutes. So in time of 2 minutes, you need to like take every good from the race and all the bad. In Fernando's case, like zero it, try to gain again. Now you're in a quali trim.
Yep. So as you can see, they're just getting those brakes working, trying to get them hot, because that first run into Paddock Hill Bend, you're hard on the brakes. You need to be confident your brakes are going to bite and give you the rotation you need to get around that sweeping right hand corner. So we're coming up to the start finish line now. Red lights ahead of us, waiting for them to change to green to signal the second race for Brands Hatch. And we are green. We are off.
And Krug seems to have a good start once again.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Oh, Amundsen is close, and what's happening in behind seems like a very good, clean start.
Wow.
And Amundsen is side by side, trying to take the lead away from Krug, but just can't get it. And now there's these two again. Egg and Amundsen.
This is this is almost a replay of the last race, except Eck was P2, wasn't he? And Amundsen was P3, or was it the other way about? I can't remember now. My memory is terrible.
When they made the contact, it was this way around.
That's right. So we've also got Afonso, who's past Brackstad, is he?
Brackstad was P13, wasn't he?
Okay, so Brackstad's past.
Very good memory we have.
We have an amazing memory, don't we? So back to the...
At least with the names.
Exactly.
Back to the race. Not testing again.
Yeah.
Move over.
So we have Amundsen, who is looking to get... In fact, hang on a minute. That's shown Crook as P2. The timings have gone all to pot. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Right, now Crook is shown as P1. Race control software has went crazy. So it has. So Amundsen already... Oh, there's side by side Eck and Amundsen. It looks like Eck gets past it absolutely into the hairpin. Can he now...
How this will play with the force. Last race he had so much sliding and all that, but now does he make the setup changes, or was it just a driving issue, like within the simply the issue with the inputs?
Amundsen,
I guess we will see now.
Yeah, absolutely. Amundsen has went wide into that corner every single lap, and that's what caused, or didn't cause, but that's then part of how the crash happened between P2 and P3 in the last race. That was I don't know if he's got a different line or if it's a braking. Some of these corners don't have very good braking markers. Oh goodness, Eck is absolutely all over the place just now, trying to force that Porsche to do what it doesn't want to do at the moment. But it looks like Amundsen enforced.
Oh, and forced again, having those wobbly wibbly moments.
And that is a technical term, ladies and gentlemen. That's a commentary technical term we learned at commentary school. Feher has dropped places. Oh, they both went off. I don't know if there's been contact.
And Fernando only in P8.
Yeah. Braxstad P10, Stratting P9, and Fernando. I mean, that is a who's who of the top 10, isn't it?
And car 100 disqualified.
Fair hair has went sideways. So that's Stevens and Van Dyke are both in the pits. So it looks like that's maybe the end of their race. And Braxstad has fallen back. What has happened here? Oh, there was almost contact there. Oh, Braxstad's actually gained places, has he? No.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, they've come up. Oh, no, he hasn't. No. It looks like, I think that he maybe got past.
Alfonso is losing.
He's went.
Alfonso dropped from P10 to P14.
Yeah, he has, absolutely. You are absolutely correct. Let's just have a look back. Oh, I don't know if he's lost power, because he just seemed to slow right up there. But
we have Hayden having a fight here. Oh, and there's Carlos losing it ahead of Hayden. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall.
Sweet just gets on that power. Or was it the curb, in fact? Let's have a look and see. Oh, he took too much curb. He was too greedy there. He tried to say, oh, and the curb of the right-hander absolutely nailed him, unfortunately. Baldo. And
now he's going sideways again.
Baldo something's happened to Baldo. He's literally slowed down and let 2 cars past him. I don't think he's getting lapped, so I don't understand what's going on there. But this is an amazing battle.
And now we have these 3, Fernando, Strating and Braxstad.
You read my mind.
All within the second.
You read my mind. I literally just changed over as you were saying that. This is an amazing fight. These 3 drivers are absolutely outstanding. They all know each other from different championships within TOGA. And
yeah, that's also true.
So they know of a certain amount of the driving style that each driver has, and whether they can utilize any weaknesses or any things that they see not quite right. But Braxstad,
and there's 5-second penalty for Feher.
Car 100 DQ'd as they're not racing and messing with your stewarding sheet.
No.
Oh dear. And Baldo? Oh, this is quite a battle going on as well for P18. We've got Thompson, Hesselin and Baldo all fighting. Oh, they're so close to each other. So very close. We are obviously keeping tabs on the top. Crook is 3.3 seconds ahead at the moment. Oh, this...
And Amundsen still only 3/10 behind Egg.
And here we go. Hesselin is going inside for this. Oh, can he keep it on the track? Oh. And Hesseling absolutely outbraked himself and has now lost 2 places because of it. Sorry, Julius, what was the penalty there for?
It was for Begagli. 5 seconds.
Ah, right, okay. Just trying to see where they are. Oh yeah, down 23. Yep,
But these have to point out Egg and Amundsen. They have so similar pace here. We've seen it from race 1 in the both qualies and now. But so I don't know. Watching this, I have a little bit of bad feeling that we might have another contact, because these 2 are just trying to find a different line, and this is interesting fight.
It certainly
and
is.
When Fernando in P8, Strating in P9 and Mars in P12, it means that Egg and Amundsen, obviously Egg had the penalty for last race,
Yep.
and Amundsen did not. But they will also sign in for the battle of P2 overall in the championship with this performance.
Absolutely. And I was just going to point out, Crook's last lap was a 125.8. Elk was a 126.152. And Edmondson was a 126.132. 200ths of a second between these two for each lap that they're doing. And we've got a yellow flag for Regibus. He has had an absolute nightmare. Has this been contact? Oh no, these cars
He
are...
was before last race, so really big drop.
Oh my
and
goodness.
now Thompson lost it.
These cars look so bouncy. Can you see it again? That's the exact same place that we just
and
saw.
Gardner passed the Pateron.
Yeah. So it looks like Pateron maybe went wide onto the grass.
Oh, there's someone off. Didn't see who.
It wasn't a black with a blue stripe, was it?
Yes.
Yep. I think I was... No, it wasn't Pateron. Who's in... That must be a back marker. So it is.
Yeah, it was ahead of straight.
There's too many names. Could you imagine if we had car manufacturer names to have to say as well? That would just... Oh,
That would be fun.
Tanariello has somehow lost a place.
For Mars.
Oh, he gets it all wrong with the
And
throttle.
we here have a 15-second penalty.
Wow. We've got collision down here. Oh, what's happened here? Let's see. Oh, going down into the hairpin. Oh no, has this been contact? Nope, it has not. Oh yes, it has.
And Amundsen Egg. Again, 200s separating from the last lap.
Yep.
This is amazing. Have we ever seen, like, maybe ever is, but in a short period of time that we have this close to drivers? Obviously, Gallo and Owen had very close battle, but this is honestly a thousands of a game.
It's
not hundreds of a game.
No,
it's thousands of a
exactly.
game.
So I mean, this is for me the closest fighting and battling that has been going on. The top, if we take away Crook altogether at the moment, P2, 3, 4, and 5 are all within 7/10 of each other each lap. So this is
exactly.
It's consistency as well as being quick.
Eliasson straighting just I was going to for the same thing.
Elias had a horrendous exit out the corner there, and Stratton, I mean, fair play to me, managed to catch it, that he didn't run into Elias, but wow, if he didn't have ABS, I think that would have been a game over.
Yeah, that would be. But I have to come a couple laps back when you said these like Braxtad, Fernando and Straighting know each other's driving cars. Well, that's correct, but then these cars are different, so the driving style must be different too.
Yep, absolutely. And again, there's battling going on all over from the top to the bottom of the grid. Afonso is literally side by side going over the start finish line with Bayern, and he's got the inside line here, and he makes it count as well. So Afonso, Bayern getting all kinds of wrong. I don't know if he's too busy concentrating on Afonso, but that slots Afonso into P12. Edmondson's still 3/10 behind Eck at the moment.
And Afonso is P6 in the championship right now.
Yep.
So also not gonna be good for him too. There's like, from last race, we have some droppers. We have Fernando, Daniel, Mars.
Yep.
Even Byrne has dropped a bit. Afonso, Chris Wright.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, so this championship is over.
Absolutely.
Once it's actually over.
Yep.
Only thing I can, like, with the hand on the heart say is almost guaranteed is Krug, unless he just disappears and not join for the other round.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It would take something monumental to change P1. But I mean, absolutely. Normally in a championship, and most of us know this, you have maybe one or two drivers you think they are consistently in the top 3 or consistently in the top 5. I couldn't call anyone's name that I could say with a guarantee they'd be in the top 5 for the next race.
I can't. Only one is the Krug.
It's Krug.
Nothing else I can't say.
Absolutely, because I mean, even at the moment, I mean, Edmondson, you know, Daniel Stratton now, he is a phenomenal driver, and he is in P8. We've got Fernando Stratton and Brackstad and Marsh all together vying for P7.
Yeah, now P7 and those two. Well, Brackstad wasn't in the last race, but like Fernando Stratton and Marsh are fighting for the P2 in the championship, and so there is like Ek, Amundsen, Forst, Gardner, Pelone. Those 4-5 has jumped there, just like now we come here, you are there.
Yep.
So this championship will be really interesting, because if I would be in a Fernando's position after having two P2s and then coming here, dropping, he had a good qualifying laps both.
Yep.
Well, okay, at least, but the spin and making him start from the pit lane, I would do everything for next round.
Yep.
But now Daniel is coming. But the thing with Fernando is that he's very good defending and attacking. And
that was quite a change of movement there. No, you're absolutely right. Elias is very, very good at defending and attacking, and he's consistent. You can't put him under pressure and expect him to make a mistake. That just doesn't happen for him.
He's fun to race, because you know, if there's something happening, it's nothing.
Yep.
It's not like anything intentional.
Yep.
Because he's like fair driving, and and same we need to say with Daniel. These two are clean ones. They don't do anything like gray area things or.
Yeah.
And that's good, because that's what we want from our drivers.
We absolutely do. We're going to focus on Ben Krug because he comes round onto the start-finish line again.
Partner passes
He
Forst.
does. Oh, just as a focus on Krug as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he went so...
But Ben Krug wins again.
Yeah, I know, it's getting boring.
P2, Amundsen P4, P3, and we have Forst taking only P5 and Gardner taking the P4. Then we have Pelone in 6. Fernando takes P7, Stratton stays in 8. Mars round up. Wait, Mars passed Brackstad.
Yeah, I don't know if Brackstad had a problem, if he went off or something.
Have been, because the gap was bigger between Mars and Brackstad and Mars.
Yep.
Than what it showed now, so maybe he made his last lap. Yeah, he lost a little bit of time. It was 5 tenths slower than. Yeah. So something happened there. But in P11 we have Tenariello, Afonso in P18, and now this is just how it currently stands. So there might and probably will be some penalties still, because there's a lot happening. Probably the stewards are still working with some race 1 incident. So we have Byrne in P13, Regibus in 14, P15 is Feher, then Wright in 15, Hessling 16, Arezzo 17, Baldo is 18, but now it shows one Ek is 18, Filiberti 19, and they change all the time. what is this software doing? They like jump around. I
I,
don't know if you have the same issue, but for me they just jump around.
yeah.
Now it shows everyone just passed someone
It's
in the top 9
it did
from.
that at the start. That's why I got excited saying that Crook was second and Van Dyke was first, because that's what the race control software was showing. And then all of a sudden it showed Van Dyke then was into the pits or something. So I don't know what was going on there.
Yes.
But
But so we have. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
There's couple things for sure. It's Krug P1, Ekin P2, Amundsen P3, Gardner P4, Forst P5, Pelon P6, Fernando P7, Strating Daniel P8, Mars P9, Braxtad P10, Tenariello P11, Afonso P12, Byrne P13, Regibus P14, Wright P15, Heslin 16, Arezzo 17, Feher 18, Paldo 19, and Thompson in P20. And other than that, I can't promise it's like that because this thing shows for me very weird. It says there's Darrell in P17, but just after that is P28 with Donkerwalk, so it's like just jumping around.
Yep. It's there's no rhyme or reason behind. That's the first time I've had a real issue with the software. I don't know if there's maybe an update coming or there's something, I don't know. But we've tried to do our best with what we have. So apologies.
Or there's too much happening for the software also watching this race, and managing the race, it just shut itself down, and it's like, no.
No, exactly. No,
Enough.
thank you. If you are one of the drivers listening, please feel free to jump into the interview waiting room and we can pick you up from there. Have a quick chat with you about the race. But that was another 2 exciting races, Julius.
Yeah, absolutely. This is so fantastic championship. I like it very much. It's been 2 great weekends, and the best thing about this is we still have 4 to come. Yes, everyone, it's right. We have 4 still to come.
Yes.
So, I mean, if we now trying to say who is P2, like we little bit talk about it earlier, it would be like Lotto.
Yes.
Playing lottery. And it's not good for your wallet, and also it's not good for your mental health. So we are not trying to do that.
No. And in fact, the next race, which is next Friday, is Silverstone. Now, Silverstone in a Porsche, that you can get a better combination. I mean, I think that's just going to be exciting. But 15 minutes, so that's literally 6 laps or 7 laps. So
around. But if you crook, you might
get
more.
Absolutely. So just to let you know, Silverstone is next week. The following week, after that, is Snetterton. 5th race is Oulton Park on the 17th of November, and on the 24th of November is Brands Hatch again. So these tracks, I mean, Snetterton and Oulton are very bouncy tracks. We've seen tonight some of the cars, when they get onto even a little bit of bouncy curb, the back end just starts bouncing like a kangaroo, and then before you know it, if you put any steering input, the car is off the track and probably into a wall at high speed.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I personally, I must say, I hate Snetterton. It's like, oh, and I have to say from Oulton Park, it's like I've driven there couple races, like open lobby, which is not good thing anyway to do open lobby. Please don't do that.
No.
If you like sim racing, don't do that because it will make you not like it. But yeah, the point I was going for is that Oulton Park is really hard track to overtake because it's narrow and also there's not like too much straights. And the thing with these cars, as we spoke in Donington especially, not too much in here, but in Donington because it has a little bit longer straights, is that these cars don't have that much track.
Mm-hmm.
So behind someone, it's not gonna track you that much. So
Yep.
that makes Donington even more hard. No, Donington. This is honestly speaking too much. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but Oldham Park will make it even more difficult because there's no these cars are all pretty much equal depending on couple different things in a setup,
Yep.
but mostly they are. So there's no like difference when you compare it to again like Mercedes and BMW, which have a little bit different acceleration from the corner. So those things can make differences in Old Tom Park and same in Snetterton.
Yep.
But these cars don't have that advantage, so it's gonna be very hard track to pass. And in real life also we see some moves which have been done, like half car out of the track, like right side on the grass and left side on the track. So it's hard track.
Yeah.
But it's fun also.
Absolutely.
I mean, not for the drivers, but for me and you, we think we need some popcorns for that, because I reckon those will be some breakfast, but
Yep.
at least there's Silverstone in between, so
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. There's a little bit
sorry
of a
for
break.
the long monologue.
No,
but
no, not at all, not at all. Absolutely. So I'm having a look in. Doesn't look like any of the drivers. I think they're all exhausted and away to get some kind of break. So they are.
Maybe we can get Owen or Hayden in.
I think. Well, Hayden's racing at the moment. I know, and looks like he's doing the Sheridan. So what we'll do is we'll call it an evening at that. The 24 and 2.4 will be live on Sunday night. I think Airy may be commentating for that. It's not 100% confirmed yet. It will be live. It may be Airy, and if it's not Airy, there'll be just the live footage of the driving from that. So I mean, from me, just this. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support. Yeah, Julius, it's been a pleasure to share the commentary box with you yet again.
Same with you, Mr. David. Absolutely love it.
I think I'm just going to change our names on Discord now as well. So
Yeah.
so yes, so from both of us, thank you so much for watching and all the support. We really do appreciate it. Until next time, we will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.